Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tea Time Tuesday. Come on in and join me. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Thank you and welcome to another Tea Time Tuesday, Legacy Builders. As always, let me know what you're drinking. Tea, coffee, water, whatever your beverage of choice is, let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my tea. All right. And I'm also gonna take a sip of water because I need both today. All right, come on in. Let me make sure you can hear me. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. If you are catching the replay, thank you for being here. So glad you can join me. Good morning, Michelle. You got your water as well. Good morning, Daniel. You had your child's post tea this morning. Oh, very good. I love it. All right. For those who don't know me, my name is Marcella Mullen Williams. I am the co founder of Legacy Builder Group, where we help families create impactful, multi generational legacy wealth. And we have another Tea Time Tuesday for you this morning. Good morning, Francesca. Come on in. We want to, first of all, I just want to thank everyone who joined Mark and I over the last few tea times as we covered the Monster of Wall Street Becoming a Vigilant Investor series. I had such a great time with you all. I mean, y'all did such a wonderful job. The feedback, the interaction in this community is always so enjoyable. I know many of you, Instagram, I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn. We were not live during the series on those platforms, but we are back everywhere again today. But we really just wanted to make that a special series so that we can communicate effectively within the community because y'all know how we like to communicate in here and how this is how we talk. We like to talk about money and we like to talk about finance and money behavior. So, but if you missed it, don't worry. It's okay. All you have to do is join the community. We have the replays right here in the Facebook community, and it's also available on YouTube. So, no worries. Don't have to miss a thing. So, let's begin the conversation today. If some of you may have seen the email that went out that shared what we are talking about today, if you're on the e-blast list, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. It's a little interesting. Good morning, Tamika. Cucumber and lime water. Oh, that sounds so refreshing. So, my younger brother, Myron, and we like to send each other reels. You know, I'm sure many of you have those family members or friends that you send each other those funny reels and just keep each other laughing throughout the day. We both love to laugh. So, we do that. And he often also likes to send me reels that make me realize that I've been living life completely wrong. And I think many of you may know what I'm talking about as well. It's just there's so many hacks and other variations of doing things that you've been, you thought you've been doing something a certain way and it was been working. And then there's a million different ways to do it that's so much better than the way you've been going about it. So about 3 weeks ago, Myron sends me this video that informs me that I was brushing my teeth wrong. Well, and not so much the brushing part, but in this video, a licensed dental hygienist explains the proper way to and the proper steps in the brushing routine. Now, when I was taught how to brush your teeth, as a little child, when I just had teeth, I was told that after you brush your teeth, you rinse your mouth with water. Am I the only one? That's what I was taught. Well, this person in this video goes on to explain that that's not the proper way of doing it. No, no, no. I'm supposed to brush my teeth and discard the excess toothpaste from my mouth, and that's it. Do not rinse your mouth. Am I the only one that did not know that? Let me know in the chats. I'm just curious. And I'm sure there's a debate among the dental community of, okay, well, some believe you should rinse and some you believe don't. I don't know. But all I know is that this is what's been told, and they said it's in order for fluoride to stay on your teeth and work and do its thing. So, okay, Tamika, right? Okay, so I'm not the only one that did not know this. Francesca, this is news to you. Yes. Okay. So, all right, great. I didn't think I was the only one. Thank you for confirming. I appreciate that. I would love to know anyone else who knew this already. All right. So now, okay, I found this. I was like, okay, this makes sense because now that this information is, provided, it actually makes sense to me. I can see why this is the proper way of brushing and not discarding this excess toothpaste so it can do what it needs to do in the mouth. And I said, okay, let's try this. I'm going to implement this process right away. But here's where there was a bit of a problem. I had no idea just how challenging it would be to change the way I've been doing something for my entire life. I was completely unaware that I had to literally retrain my brain. Yeah. So I had to make a few mental changes in order to develop this new habit. And I'm telling you, I mean, I just kept just the memory trying to remember not to do things. The habit that's formed was so challenging to eliminate. So, yes, I had to really set up some mental changes to get through this. I am 3 weeks into this new habit and it is still challenging. I we I have to remain so conscious of brushing something that was habit, something that was already in the what we call the habit forming part of our brain, which is the basal ganglia. That's the part that we don't even think about. It's like trying to teach yourself how to walk a different way. That's how trying to retrain brushing your teeth is. Maybe it's easy for some people, but for the way I walk, when develop a habit, it's hard to change from it. And that's the thing. We often underestimate what it takes to change our habits and our behaviors. We really do. And when it comes to our financial habits, ooh, underestimating our natural ability to resist change can cost us a lot of money over time. And if you've noticed yourself repeating undesirable money habits and you struggle to figure out how to improve your financial behavior, it simply means you're human. Yes, it's not something wrong with you. You're not broken. You're human with a human brain that resists change. This is why being a first generation legacy builder requires you to retrain your brain. This is the part that we have to pay attention to. Oh, wait a minute, it's not just automatic. I have to understand that first, my brain resists change because, especially when habits are developed. And now that I have that awareness, what do I need to do about it? Retraining your brain. And in our case, we have to retrain your money brain. It requires, being a first generation legacy builder requires the development of new practices that will shift the trajectory of your life and your family cycle. And plus, being a first generation legacy builder requires you to replace the habits that no longer serve you at this level. So, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to get this. Every next level requires a different version of you. You hear me? You type it in the chat if you got it. Every next level requires a different version of you. Undisciplined, fearful, scarcity money behavior cannot tag along with a version of you that is building multi-generational legacy wealth. Did you get that? It cannot tag along. Nothing that has served an old version of you that has limited you in the past can tag along with any version of you that is building multi-generational legacy wealth. A different version of you is required. And it does not happen through wishful thinking. It doesn't happen just because you said it. I don't want to be this way anymore, but I want to change so and so behavior. That's not all it takes. Any change requires intentional effort. So let's talk about what this effort is to change. And I want to talk about it in terms of the 4 laws of behavior change. That's right, the 4 laws of behavior change. I see y'all typing in the chat. See, that's why I know you got it. Retention there. The 4 laws. I first came across the 4 laws of behavior change in the book Atomic Habits. Um, Atomic Habits has to be one of my top 10 favorite books of all time. And I pulled it off my shelf and behind me just to show you guys. You can see all my tabs, all right? This is how much I love this book. It's just a lot of studying there. And I read that book at a time when I had already implemented so much change in my life. I had when I was reading it, that the book came across as confirmation for me. It instilled in me not what I was doing, but why I was doing what I was doing and how to keep it up. So I read the book at a time when it really served me in the next level of the person I was becoming. So in the short amount of time, I want to just pull out of all the powerful nuggets in this book. I just want to introduce to some of you, if you've never read the book, the 4 laws of behavior change. If you have the book and never read it, go ahead and read it. I definitely recommend it. I'm sure I've recommended it before. So Atomic Habits. So let's look at what these 4 laws are. The laws are broken down. I'll just kind of list them all, and then we'll go through each of them. The first law is make it obvious. Second, make it attractive. Third, make it easy. Fourth, make it satisfying. These are the 4 laws. But then with each law, there's an inversion of each law. So you want to make it obvious and then make the bad habits invisible. Make the new behaviors attractive. Make the undesirable behaviors unattractive. Make the new behavior easy. Make the undesirable behavior difficult. And make the new behavior satisfying. Make the undesirable behavior unsatisfying. All right, so let's look at these real quick. And the first law is make it obvious, or the negative version, invisible. The first one we want to do is be aware of what you are doing and why. And I hinted on this earlier when I said being aware that your mind doesn't like to change. It resists change. It's kind of like my teeth brushing, I like, oh, wait a minute. I'm aware that this is why I've been doing it. Now I need to change this habit. But it starts with knowing. And then when it comes to changing your money brain, you need to set up the environment for your desired behavior. And this can be done in various ways. So let's just use some examples. You want to set up your environment, like, for instance, financial apps. Placing financial apps on the front screen of your phone so that your mind is on money and you're aware of, oh, okay, check my bank account every day. Make sure I see my money and how it moves. Schedule money meetings, with yourself, your spouse, even your kids. Place it on your calendar that repeats each month, and you have an alarm that goes off to remind you. It's about setting up the environment for success. We have to really be aware of what we need to keep in front of us. This is why we do Tea Time Tuesday. You're going to see this come up a lot. Tea Time Tuesday was intentionally created for awareness. It's for you to be aware. It's for you to make money obvious. Mark and I are here to help you make this money behavior as a legacy builder, building multi-generational legacy wealth obvious. So that's law 1. Make it obvious, and any negative behavior, make it invisible. Hide it, make it hard to find. We'll touch more on that. Law 2, make it attractive. Okay, so what in the book they've talked about a concept called temptation bundling. So you want things to satisfy you. We are naturally drawn to immediate gratification and rewards. So you want to set up a type of reward system for yourself. And when you want to change your behavior. So for instance, when it comes to shifting your money brain, you want to set up a new habit, set up as after I do what I need, I will do what I want. All right. So let's say, for instance, you set up after I set up and fund my estate plan because it's something I've been meaning to do and I keep putting it off, but I want to do it. So after I set up my estate plan and fund it, we're not going to leave that part out, fund your estate plan, I will take a trip, take a vacation, not the other, but don't allow yourself to plan the vacation before you do the plan. So before you set up the estate plan. So again, bundle what you need to do with what you want to do. And that will give you a positive reinforcement whenever it comes to any new money behavior or really, because I'm into fitness and finance. So any behavior that you want to change, whether it's in those areas, whatever area of your life, bundle it with what you need to do, with what you want to do. And also when it comes to making it attractive, back to joining a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. This right here is one of the key reasons Mark and I created the this community here and the family legacy experience, that we take our families through a 12-month program and create a culture where their desired behavior is the normal behavior. And any of you, and I know I have some of my Flex family in here, that is the key that we cannot take for granted. Yes, I see you, Charlotte, bundling. That's right, Daniel. I'm glad y'all are getting this. This is what you have to intentionally do. You're seeing the intentional actions. We're not wishing upon a star anymore. We're taking the steps to change our behavior, replace old habits with new ones. Law 3, make it easy. You do not want to make things difficult for yourself. You will not change. Let me tell you right now, you will not change any behavior that's difficult to change. It does not work that way. You have to make it easy for yourself. So prime your environment to make your habits easier. Make it easy. Prepare an environment that makes future actions easier. Automate your habits. Now, we live in a time where, come on, we have all this automation. All you have to do is automate your habits. And I see you, Sharon. I know I'm talking to you, huh? We are living in a time where we have so much automation that can allow us to remember to do things. I have apps that set off alarms. I have hourly, daily, monthly, bi-monthly, but I mean, going all the way to annual of things that I need to remember to do. So for instance, you want to make it easier for the things you want to do, and then you want to make it harder for undesirable behavior. So let's say you want to improve your cash flow system. Some people call it budget, but how it is, you just want to improve your relationship with money. Then you want to set up auto payments. Simple as that. Set up ways in which your money has a home and it goes to where it needs to go. That you put your money where it needs to be before you even notice, before you can grab it, before you can get a hold of it. Make your life easier. Make managing money easier using automation. Give your money an assignment and make it hard to access funds that you don't want to spend. Put it in a bank account or a high yield savings account that you can't just drive to, or you don't have a debit card for. You have to go out of your way to get that money. Transfer it and move it here and wait a couple days. Make it harder for you to access money that you want to intentionally use for greater purposes. All right. So that is law 3. That's make it easy. And then law 4 is make it satisfying, or the opposite, make it unsatisfying if it's a habit you want to break. So, number four, make it satisfying. Give yourself an immediate reward when you complete a habit. An immediate reward. So I talked about, taking the trip after estate planning. That is a way of reinforcing a behavior and making it attractive from a distance. But there are certain behaviors that you need to have an immediate reward for because that's how our brain works. Giving yourself something that makes you satisfied. So, for instance, if you're like me, I love check boxes. I want to just check. I like the task list. And when I check a box and something's done, I immediately get a rush. You get that rush like, oh, the dopamine shoots off and like, yes, this feels good. That is actually an immediate reward. So something that you can put in position that makes you satisfied, that you got something or your behavior shifted, you created a new habit, whatever that pattern is, create that reward. And then another way of making it satisfying or making it unsatisfying, if that's the thing that will help you. Get an accountability partner and actually use them. Let me tell you and let me remind you, I am an accountability partner. Mark is an accountability partner for our clients. We are here to support you in saying, hey, what do you want to accomplish? How do you want to accomplish it? Let us know. Keep us posted. This group, you can use this group as a platform for accountability. Your spouse, your kids will really keep you accountable when you're trying to do things. They're great accountability partners. I know my kids are. All of these are forms of accountability. And if you're someone that just hates to, some of us just really hate failing, hate doing things wrong, that's something to work on, but use it for you. If you don't want to have to tell your accountability partner that you slipped up, then allow that to be a reinforcement for you, making it unsatisfying to move forward and to move forward with that negative habit. All right. So we covered those 4 laws: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. And then inversion of the laws, which is the opposite to each one. So I really hope that you were able to get a lot out of it. Charlene espousing me for spending. Okay. That's right. We really I hope you were able to just understand that reminder. Every next level requires a different version of you. And these steps will help you transform into that next version. And every time, every level up, every next version requires a behavioral shift. And it requires intentional effort to make that behavioral shift. So use this. Go back and watch this replay as many times as you need to understand the behavior. Grab the book Atomic Habits and start understanding and implementing these steps into your daily practice. And I promise you, you will see a significant change and you will continue to become the person that will develop the behavior that will build your legacy. That's what we're all about. So thank you for joining me. And side note, for some of you who noted that there was a webinar this Thursday, the 22nd, I apologize. We do have to cancel that event due to some time-sensitive commitments. We have to postpone that, but we do have some, we have some wonderful things coming on the horizon. So continue to tune in. I'll keep you informed. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for another Tea Time Tuesday, and I'll see you next week. Take care.